guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Molly Jabuya, and in case you're new here, welcome so much. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my content. So today, as you can see from the title, I just want to share with you a story of my life that happened and the way I've struggled to overcome it, the way I've struggled to just forgive and let go. So for the longest time, I've been battling forgiveness and letting go after something unexpected happened to me. And if you all know, in one of my videos, I said something that it's so hard for me to forgive, guys. So you can tell how this has been so hard for me. Yeah, considering that at that point, I was so very young and naive at that point. Maybe I misinterpreted everything, or maybe I misunderstood everything, or maybe I just had very high expectations, which for me, I don't really think is the case. It was just so short-lived. Have you ever had this kind of feeling where in 1 minute things are just going on the right way, and before you even know it, you are at the bedrock? Like it's just kinda a roller coaster. Yeah. 1 minute you're okay, 1 minute things are just working out so perfectly, and even before you see it coming, you just realized you have lost everything. So in the process trying to solve this puzzle, you find yourself breaking down so many times. You even end up starting to lose yourself, and before you know it, you start making so many irrational decisions, which when can be given time to take place, can just end up ruining you even more. Yeah. So on the other hand, depression just starts catching up with you, just because you really have lots of questions that have no answer. You have a lot of unanswered questions which you don't even where you're going to get the answers from, because nobody is even there to tell you, to give you the answers to your questions, to even just respond to your questions. Like you are just there asking yourself, did it really have to go this way? Like, why just me? Why not any person? What did I do wrong? What am I not doing the right way? Why? And just lots of questions that you don't even know, you don't even have answers to. Yeah, so this will just keep hitting you up until you feel like, now I can't take this anymore. So sooner or later you begin hating yourself and even the other party, and you feel like this is so much. So this is the point where I swore never to forgive myself and never to forgive my offender. But guys, after a very long period of time of battling this, trying to solve things, trying to find answers to my questions, and to know why this just happened, and I didn't ever get answers to my questions, I again started having different kind of questions, which I think has helped me. I started asking myself what I'm gaining by holding grudges. Then I realized by not just coming into terms with the reality, I end up doing more harm than good to myself. Because for one, this person may not even be aware of how their actions made or makes you feel right at the moment. Yeah, because they're enjoying their best life, and you are here stressing over them. You are here just worrying about everything that happened. You are here stressing about things that they are not even aware that whatever I did made this soul feel this way. Yeah, so that at that point when I started asking myself that way, things started making sense a little bit, and I was like, by the way, I could be here stressing, I could be here depressed, I could be here doing all this, crying all day night, wetting my pillow every time. But the reason why I'm crying, they're not even aware that at this point I'm that low, you know. Yeah. So another reason is that maybe this soul, like not even maybe, this soul has already robbed a lot of peace from you. And you trying to still, like you still holding on to this, it's just continuing to rob your peace of mind, which can lead you to depression. Yeah, so that is why I decided, why should I still keep adding a lot of stress by still thinking of everything that happened? Yeah. So keeping thinking of these things just ends up worsening the situation. Another reason I realized, it really takes exactly, and I don't know if you ever knew this, it takes exactly the same amount of energy to hate someone as it does to just love them. So imagine the how much you have loved, the magnitude of how you've loved this soul, the magnitude of how you have invested in this will determine the magnitude of the hate that you're going to have for this person. So imagine hiyo energy yote umetumia kupenda this soul, hiyo energy yote you have always been using, then now you want to take the same energy to start to invest in hate. How much do you think you are going to use? How much do you think, what amount of time? Like, it's so much. So why would you just still take your precious time, the little happiness that you may be having, still take it, instead of focusing on yourself, you still focus on hating somebody. Yeah, so this started making sense for me, and I was like, I need, like, you just need to come back to the reality. You just need to accept this has happened and move on, because if you don't, you're going to kill yourself, girl. Yeah, so that is the point. I realized forgiveness is necessary. Not really like just forgiving, not necessarily that you will forget, but just forgiving so that at least you get. Yeah. And so after this realization, I decided to come into terms with my emotions and just convince myself to let go. And this is the point where I began my journey to forgiveness. And since then, I can testify it helped me to find ease a little bit. I also learned to prioritize myself first and put my happiness at the front line. But one thing for sure that I can tell you is that it doesn't go away completely, because the memories will always remain and the memories will always come back haunting you. But at least you have released some pressure. Yeah. But tena Waswahili husema lisilobudi hubidi. Yeah, so you just have to do what it takes for your happiness now. So maybe guys, if I can tell you what helped me to come out of this, or what just helped me in the process of healing and to really completely have to forgive. So first of all, I noticed we all have wronged others in one way or another, either intentionally or unintentionally. Yeah, so putting yourself into in that shoe, you'd be like, if I'm the one who has done this thing to someone, I would really expect them at some point to forgive me. Yeah, so that is when I realized, anyway, at some point we also do make mistakes, so you just have to let go. And also, there are a lot of people who have made even worse mistakes. There are a lot of people who have even gone through worse situations, but you still see them pushing. So why not you? Are you an exemption? Then I realized, no, even maybe my situation is so small. Theirs was just that big that if you still see them moving, if you still see them pushing, then you're like, you really need to change. Yeah. But first, I had to share with a few friends who were so patient with me. And I really thank God for them, because they really listened to me and just ensured I took it a day at a time. They allowed me to speak it all out. When I really wanted, when I felt like, okay, this is what I need to say, they were like, just say it all out. Yeah, just say whatever it is that is hitting you up. Just say everything that you feel is bothering you, so that at the end of it all, you will just have to get peace. Yeah, so that really helped me, and I really thank God, because nowadays it's so hard to find true friends. Yeah, someone who can just listen to you, something that they didn't even take part in, but now they have to share with you your pain and your sorrows and your griefs. So I really thank God for these two amazing friends of mine who just came through for me. Yeah, they were so patient. They were just like, you just say everything that is bothering you, just talk it all out. Yeah, and at the end of it, they ended up counseling me, just giving me a shoulder to lean on, which I really think is a number one reason that has helped me to overcome this. Because there are some decisions that I was at a point of making, and then they were like, look at it like this, you are going to do this now, in the next 3 or 4 years, how is this going to affect your life? If it will come out positively, then take it. But if you think it's going to end up negatively, it could even be worse than what is eating you up now. So you just have to forget about it. What if they were not there? Maybe I could have made those worse decisions. So I really just have to thank God for them so much. The other thing I did is I just allowed myself to sob and let out all the pain. This is something that I really think it's so worth it. When at that point when you feel like you're losing it all, and you feel like what is left is just crying your eyes out. I'd really advise just do this, because it will help you so much to just let the pain out. That is why you find that nowadays there are lots of suicide cases, more so from the men, because men tend to think that their tears shouldn't be seen out, which is so wrong. If you can't hold it anymore, just let it out. But if you don't, you'll just end up making so many bad decisions. Yeah, so that is a strategy, guys, that you can just use. If you feel like you really need to cry about it, then just do that. Yeah. And the greatest, okay, one, before I tell you, the other thing that I did, I used to listen to so many hymnals. I used to sing a lot of gospels. When I feel like I'm starting to think about these things, like the memories and all that, I just took my hymnal, sat down, chose a piece that I love so much doing, then I did. In no minute you realize that time has moved and you are no longer thinking about that. Yeah, so that is one way I used to overcome. And the greatest of all, I realized Jesus died for our sins. Sinless as he is, he still gave his life a ransom yonder on Calvary. He paved the way by blood that we might win a bright shining crown. So why would you miss to get that crown for the things of the earth, which at the end of it all will all vanish away? We know all these are vanity. Yeah. We should fix our eyes to the life after which we have been promised. Who would never want to be there? Who would never want to experience heaven? Nobody. So if forgiveness is what will make you not to inherit the kingdom, then why not just forgive and let go? Yeah. And finally, I realized that vengeance is for the Lord. Yeah, we shouldn't take revenge in our hands. In as much as you feel like if you don't revenge, if you don't revenge, you feel like I've not done enough. But we realize that this is all for the Lord. Yeah. So guys, I really hope this piece of information, or this piece of motive, or whatever, how you will term it, this piece of, I don't know, how, maybe a story of, or just how you will view it. I really hope this information will help you to let go of a situation in your life which you've promised yourself to never forgive, and just to start all over again. Yeah, because we all deserve to be happy. We all deserve to get the happiness that this life has to offer for us. So you have to forgive. So I will leave you maybe with a quote. Sometimes it's the things that breaks our hearts that fixes our visions. So just take it with grace and move on. Guys, that marks the end of my story. I hope it touches a soul, one or two. I'm not doing this so that you can sympathize with me, or so that I might feel victimized. No, I'm just doing this so that I might motivate someone. I might encourage someone who's just feeling like, no, it's too much for me. I can't even take this in anymore. Yeah, so that is my encouragement, that I can tell you. It will never kill you. Just take it with grace. Take it a day at a time. Do whatever it takes. If you have to cry it out, let it go. If you have to do what, just do it, provided it's not harming you in any way, or it's not harming the other party in any way. Just do it for your peace, for your future. And so guys, bye bye. If you find this video amazing, if you loved this kind of content, I would like to request that you may leave a comment in the comment section. You may share, you like, so that it may be suggested most of the times. And above all, thank you for watching my content. If you have watched up to this point, you are a true supporter, and I love you so much. So bye bye until my next one.